There's a quiet enchantment in watching a child grow, particularly one destined to wear a crown. For Prince George, second in line to the British throne, every step he takes is followed by millions, yet a recent extraordinary moment has left royal fans across the globe reaching for tissues. King Charles III, courageously navigating health challenges, has entrusted his young grandson with historic new roles, marking a defining chapter in royal history. The transformation that followed is nothing short of breathtaking. From a shy boy offering tentative waves from palace balconies to a poised young heir embracing his destiny with grace, Prince George's journey is sending ripples through the royal world and beyond. What ignited this profound change, and why has it stirred such deep emotion? Join us as we delve into this heartwarming tale, and don't forget to share your thoughts below. The bond between King Charles and Prince George transcends titles and thrones. It's a grandfather's unwavering belief in a boy's potential, met with a child's wide-eyed admiration. Royal watchers have long been captivated by their tender moments, a shared chuckle at a garden event, a gentle hand steering George through bustling crowds, or the unmistakable sparkle in Charles's eyes when George poses a thoughtful question. The king sees so much of himself in George, curious, reflective, and already so in tune with the world, a palace insider revealed. This connection, rooted in love rather than obligation, has set the stage for George's unprecedented new responsibilities, forging a legacy that feels both timeless and deeply personal. Charles, a lifelong champion of the environment, has been sowing seeds of purpose in George's heart since he was a toddler. Who could forget the heartwarming moment when Charles, then Prince of Wales, shared his delight in planting trees with young George at Highgrove House? "I got him planting a tree or two," he said with a warm chuckle, hoping to spark a lifelong passion. That wasn't just about gardening, it was about nurturing a sense of stewardship for the world George will one day lead. Those early lessons have taken root, shaping a boy who is beginning to understand the weight of his future. Now, as Charles faces his health struggles, diagnosed with cancer in February 2024, he's passing on more than wisdom. He's entrusting George with roles no one expected so soon. Buckingham Palace's announcement that, at just 11, George would take on duties tied to the Duchy of Cornwall and ceremonial appearances sent shockwaves through the royal sphere. This historic first for such a young heir is not merely a title, it's a mantle of responsibility, and George's response has left the world in awe. In a serene moment at Balmoral last summer, Charles sat George down for a heart-to-heart, sharing the significance of these new duties with a blend of pride and urgency. "The king wants George to understand the monarchy's soul, not just its splendor, but its service to the people," a source close to the family shared. What followed was a transformation that caught even Prince William and Catherine off guard. George didn't retreat from the challenge. He embraced it with a maturity that belied his years. At the 2023 coronation, serving as a page of honor at just 9, George walked through Westminster Abbey with a quiet confidence that moved onlookers to tears. His small frame carried the weight of history with a poise that spoke volumes. "Bringing George in sends all the right signals for the future," royal historian Hugo Vickers noted, and he was spot on. That moment wasn't just ceremonial. It was a glimpse of the king George might one day become. Since then, George's public appearances have painted a vivid picture of a boy blossoming into his destiny. At the 2024 Chelsea Flower Show, he wasn't merely tagging along with his parents. He was diving into conversations with experts about sustainable gardening, even slipping in a playful remark that had King Charles roaring with laughter. "He's got his grandfather's curiosity and charm," an attendee marveled. At a state banquet, George stood tall beside his father, greeting dignitaries with a handshake that was firm yet unforced, earning a proud, fleeting glance from William that spoke volumes. These moments reveal a young prince growing into his role, not through pomp, but through genuine engagement and warmth. For William and Catherine, the Prince and Princess of Wales, George's evolution is a source of immense pride, tinged with the bittersweet ache of time's swift passage. You could see it in William's eyes, a close friend shared. The realization that his son is growing not just as a boy, but as a future king. William, who knows the burdens of royal duty all too well, has always been fiercely protective of George's childhood. Yet he now watches his son step into the spotlight with a mix of awe and quiet resolve. Catherine, with her signature warmth, ensures George feels supported rather than overwhelmed. At a recent Lambrook school event, George led a presentation on environmental conservation, a clear nod to Charles's influence, speaking with a confidence that left the audience spellbound. Catherine, watching from the crowd, brushed away a tear, her smile a blend of pride and tenderness. "She's so proud," an insider said. "But it's heartbreaking to see your child shoulder such responsibilities so young." Catherine's approach, much like her nurturing of Charlotte and Louis, is about balance, preparing George for his future while keeping him anchored in the joys of the present, whether through quiet chats before big events or playful moments at home. King Charles's role in George's journey cannot be overstated. Despite the challenges of his 2024 cancer diagnosis, he remains steadfast in mentoring his grandson, drawing on lessons from their tree-planting days at Highgrove to private conversations at Sandringham. One of the most poignant moments came during a private family gathering, where Charles presented George with a small leather-bound journal filled with handwritten notes on leadership, duty, and service. "It's a guide from one king to another," a source close to the family said, noting that George was left in awe, clutching the journal as if it were a treasure. "Charles sees George as the monarchy's future," the source added, "and he's determined to prepare him, no matter the cost." This urgency has only deepened as Charles's health challenges prompt him to accelerate George's involvement, ensuring the monarchy's values endure. What makes George's journey so compelling is its delicate balance of the personal and the historic. He's still a boy who revels in football matches, teases his siblings Charlotte and Louis, and groans over homework, yet he's also the youngest heir to shoulder such significant roles. At home, he's a quiet leader, calming Louis's playful outbursts, or sharing knowing smiles with Charlotte during public events. He's learning from both his parents and his grandfather, an insider noted, blending William's sense of duty, Catherine's empathy, and Charles's passion for the world around him. William and Catherine are determined to give George choices, perhaps studying abroad, pursuing environmental causes, or even redefining what it means to be king. These qualities, empathy, curiosity, and a touch of humor, hint at a monarch unlike any before, one who could reshape the monarchy for a new era. George's story is more than a royal narrative. It's a deeply human tale of a boy stepping into a role far greater than himself, guided by love and shaped by duty. For fans, it's a reminder of why the monarchy endures, not for its crowns or castles, but for moments that connect us all. Charles's tender lessons, William's proud tears, Catherine's gentle guidance, and George's quiet courage. At just 11, he stands at the heart of a changing institution, proving that even the youngest heir can inspire a nation and beyond. Join our royal journey. If Prince George's remarkable story has touched your heart, we'd love for you to join our growing community. Subscribe to my YouTube channel for more captivating royal stories, exclusive insights, and updates that bring you closer to the monarchy's magic. Hit that subscribe button, turn on notifications, and share your favorite moment from George's journey in the comments below. Your support keeps these heartfelt tales alive. Let's celebrate the future of the monarchy together.